Hey everybody, it's day 33 of Strong in 75, and we're talking about increasing your credit limits without new cards. So, today, what you have to do is all of the credit cards that you already have, if you have credit cards, I want you to ask each of those companies for an increase. So asking for a credit increase on existing credit cards is one of the fastest way to lower utilization without paying anything down. So if you guys already got credit cards, you may just want to ask for increase for the cards you already have. Now, if you are approved, your overall limit goes up and the usage percentage is going to drop. And don't forget, you have individual utilization and then you have overall utilization. So many issuers allow you to request an increase online without a hard inquiry. I find that it's easier just to go through the app of whatever credit card you have and ask for an increase. And if you can't do it that way, like I know you can do it that way for like Apple or the GM rewards. I think we gotta do like some type of chat thing to ask for an increase. But that's what I did when I asked for an increase on my Apple card. So that's something I want you all to do. So today I want you guys to review which of your cards have been open for at least 6 months with on-time payments and decide if you'll request a limit increase this week. Now, I really don't care if it's been 6 months. That's like the third point that I put right here. You don't have to make sure that the account is in good stand. I say you do have to make sure it's in good standing for at least 6 months, but I don't care if it's a month though. You just got the credit card. You can ask for an increase at any time. So ask for a credit increase on your existing credit cards. I suggest that you guys go down the list and just ask for an increase on those cards. Again, many of these banks will allow you to do it online, some with no hard inquiry, most, should I say. You guys shouldn't get a hard inquiry for asking for an increase. And a higher limit is an instant boost to your score without spending a dime. So that's really nice. So I want you guys to list all your cards, which we already did that on our utilization tracker. And I want you guys to check and see if um, you're eligible for an increase. Okay, so here is the credit cards that we're using in our example, right? So I know for Capital One, Discover, Chase, City, these cards right here, you can always ask for an increase. Now this one is a secure one, so you for an increase on a secure card like this, you have to put money down to basically increase it because you have to just put more of a deposit down. So what I suggest, if you guys have secure credit cards, don't worry about asking for an increase, because most likely what we're going to do is we're going to like we're going to just apply for new credit cards that's not secure, and that right there should help you guys build your credit. So I wouldn't suggest that you guys, like I said, if you got a secure credit card like this Open Sky Secure Visa, I wouldn't say ask for an increase on that. But these other ones here, definitely ask them if you can get an increase, and they should be able to say yes. So all they're gonna be able to do again is just say yes or no. So don't be scared to ask for an increase. But if they do increase it, I definitely suggest that you guys continue to pay down your credit cards. And also, when your credit score go up and you don't have 4 credit cards, definitely apply for more. I think I did do a video on that one. Let me just double check. I just have to, like, I just search my name and on YouTube. Let me see if I did one on that. Let me see if I did a review on that card. Oh my gosh, I didn't realize I had so many. Well, nope, I didn't actually. I did not do a review on that one. Yeah, no, I did not do a review on that one. But you know what? I'll look into it and then I'll do a review for you. I'll look into it and then I'll do a review for you. So today again, and I say every month. You know how I say we checking our credit scores every month. What I want you to do is I want you guys to check your credit cards every month and ask for an increase every month. So again, I told y'all my thing that I was going to do is the first. So the first of every month, I'm going to ask for an increase. So what I want you all to do is I want you guys to look at your credit cards, and every first of the month, I want you guys to ask them for an increase. Now, if they gave you an increase in like the last 6 months, you don't have to ask. But you want to keep asking because you don't know at what point they're going to say yes to you. Sometimes they're going to say no because of what your utilization was, but now you pay down some of your credit cards. Now they may say yes, or maybe when they want your accounts to get a little old. You never know what it is. So I say just ask them for an increase because they may mess around and give it to you. And let me also talk about what you guys can do. Let me give you a few tips on what you guys can do if you're not getting an increase on your credit cards, because I think we're about to get out of utilization. We're not talking about utilization anymore. No, we're going to talk about now applying for credit cards. So let me just show you one last thing about rotating credit cards for those people that need to rotate credit cards. And I call this rotating credit cards because what you're doing is you're paying off your credit cards just to have a boost in your credit scores, but you honestly can't keep it paid off in a way because you just don't have that much money. So let's act like today is the 17th, right? Well, today is definitely the 17th. This city card was due on the 16th and it got a $1,900 balance. Now, some people have this money sitting in their account and they're just not paying it because maybe they don't want to be broke, or maybe that's all they have, or maybe they don't want to pay off their credit cards. They'd rather have that money sitting in their account. I would tell them, hey, if you got that money sitting there, or any money that you were going to spend out of your bank account, but you could use a credit card, use that money to pay off this credit card. Let them report your low utilization and then try to see if you can get a 0% APR credit card. And I suggest that people try this to see if you can get some 0% APR credit cards. And then what you can do is you can load up debt or load up purchases on that 0% APR credit card and slowly pay that off now that you want to have these paid off. So let's act like this person actually got $3,000 in their account and they just didn't want to spend it. They wanted to just wait. What I would tell them to do is go ahead and pay this one off here. And let me pull out my calculator so we can make sure we're doing this right. So $3,000 in the account minus the 1980. Okay, that's gonna leave you with $1,020. So look, the overall utilization is at 58% right now, and this one alone is at 99%. So with this one turning to $0, the overall utilization is now at 46%, and we still have $1,020. Now the thing is this: if they needed to make more purchases around the 19th or around the 20th, they can max out this card again because they already reported to the credit bureaus if they needed to, right? They can max out this card again because they're not going to report this card again until the following month, the 19th. So since it's the 17th, I would tell them, hey, don't use this until like the 19th. Don't use it until the 20th. Okay. So now that one is at a zero balance. Another one that they can go ahead and pay is this one right here, which is $100. So let's do minus $100, and that would make them have a $920. So the utilization at 46% now went down to 45%. And they have this one. I would most likely, since this is the one that's going to report the soonest, I would say, hey, put the last 920 on this one. So let me put 4,800. So we should be at 3,880 left. Again, the utilization at 45, but now look, now they down to 39%. So y'all see how much that utilization went down from just putting money on these credit cards. Now again, if they have to use these cards, they can. But what they want to do is you want to wait until about 4 days after your due date to use it, because by then they already have your statement out. Sometimes 5 days, especially like with Credit One. I did realize that like with Credit One, you may want to wait. But after they go ahead and report your balance, your statement is out. They say, hey, your new statement is available. At that point, you can max out the credit card if you had to because you needed the money or whatever the case may be. Um, and when you get your utilization down like this to 39% now, I will tell people to apply for some 0% APR credit cards. So Discover got 0% APR, Capital One has 0% APR, Chase, City. I'm not sure if Navy Federal have 0% APR credit cards, but I do have a video on YouTube that talks about 0% APR credit cards. So I want you all to check that out. But that is what you guys need to do. That's what called rotating your credit cards. And what you want to do is, if you have to use your credit cards, go ahead and use them. But you want to make sure that you only use it after they report to the credit bureaus. And seeing that it is the 17th and our first credit card that's paid off is right here, right? We want to make sure that um, by the 19th, that's around 19th or 20th or next month, we got all the credit cards we want. We got everything that we want. And any new cash that we get, we want to continue to knock down the balance like this 3,800. So if you get paid or whatnot and you technically can spend your money, you can use credit cards to pay for things. So if you know you can use credit cards to pay for things, I would say, hey, go ahead and put your check on here. So say if they got paid and it was and now their balance is going to be 2,880 now because they put $1,000 on it. So look how much their utilization changed again. But after you continue to pay on it, pay on it, pay on it, you want to try to apply for credit cards because now your utilization is so low. A lot of credit cards are going to say yes. But say if you didn't really have the money or whatever the case may be, or God forbid you don't get approved for the credit that you want, you can always say, you know what, I needed that money. Um, I know I paid all that money on my city. I got to put that balance back on there because I put the cash on there. I need to be able to use it now. I'm not going to pay it back off. Or, hey, I know I put a lot of money on this Navy Federal. I got to be able to use that. So now my balance is going to go back up now. You know, that's how it can work. You can always put the balance back on there on those credit cards. But at the same time, the goal is to get the utilization so low so that all the credit cards are like, oh, all the credit card companies, her utilization is so low or his utilization is so low. I'll go ahead and approve you for some credit cards because that's usually what's going to happen because your credit score is going to shoot up. It's going to go up a lot. And once it goes up, that's when you want to go ahead and apply for those credit cards right away. And I know I keep showing y'all this, but I'm trying to get you guys to understand that utilization is very important. Let me see if I can scroll down a little bit more. Oh, wait, that's the wrong one. Let me see. Okay, I guess my computer don't want to show it right, but you guys, if you guys been following along, then you guys know about the utilization of that one person that pays $600 and some dollars on their credit cards and their credit score went up 77 points. I done showed you guys that screenshot so many times. So I want you guys to keep that in mind so that you guys can understand that utilization, paying down your credit cards can increase your credit score a lot. Again, it makes up 30% of your credit score. So that's what we have to do. Ask for increases on your credit cards because now we're going to get out of the utilization talk. Now we're going to get into actually making sure that you guys apply for more credit cards. Tomorrow we're talking about cushioning your credit cards. I'm going to tell you guys some credit cards that will give you a higher limit even if you don't have the best of credit. And then we're going to talk about getting some credit cards for those people that don't have credit cards and getting some things to be added. Getting some things added to your credit reports. But this is the end of day 33. I look forward to seeing you all on day 34, where we're going to talk about getting those credit cards that's going to help cushion your credit. I'll see you guys soon.